What's up, guys? Vince Reddy here. Welcome back to the podcast, or pretty much the VinzTalk, that I call it. And yeah, I've been having this idea of doing Vince talks like whenever I want, mostly just small topics, and it would be like a 3 minute video, me talking about that topic because I literally have those moments with the Vince talks of just like trying, like during the week of just me bringing up these topics when these news was happening. Like I just been thinking of actually just bringing them up while there's no videos in the channel at the moment. It's either that or it's either like the Vince talks or just me still doing the whole live streams, which a lot of people, a lot of you haven't been showing up, which it's understandable. And yeah, pretty much I just been having those ideas of just like content on content, which is a reoccurrence. Other than that, I hope everyone's doing well. I just recovered. I'm feeling better. Last week when I got back from my vacation, I was sick. And yeah, I just don't know what happened. I got sick. I got like this paralysis situation where it's like a sleep. Like I think what was it? Sleep paralysis or just like some paranormal entity in me, which happened before, but yeah, it was crazy. It was a scary time. But other than that, let's get into some more, just some good old fun of just me talking about certain things where it was a big news, 2 3 days ago, and then here we are, me talking about it and just kind of just like settled in a little, as the days go by. But yeah. So pretty much, I just want to point this out just a little, something before I continue because I know what's going on. I see the news. I know what's happening. I want to let you know that the whole Hamas thing in the Middle East, I pray for peace in the Middle East, but it doesn't seem like that. And I honestly have no idea what's happening, especially over there in Israel. Some people are sort of like, I'm already like getting controversy. If I was ever a bigger channel or something, oh, we call it Israel. Well, that's the country's name. You know what I mean? But listen, I know what's happening. It's just that I can't pick a side until I realize something. Because here's the thing. I just want to put this out. I know that immediately when I bring this up, or whenever, like when some people bring this up, when it comes down to, the religion or something, especially being Christian, like it sort of gains a huge controversy. Like I'm tired of it being like, oh, you're Christian, and then that means you're like homophobe and also a Trump supporter. No, that's not all Christians or anything, okay? And for those that don't know, yes, I'm Christian. I've been Christian for the longest time. I always believed in God in so many ways. But for this case, like I guess that sort of shows you my side in some sense. But the thing is that I don't know what's happening within the Palestinian side. Okay, am I for Israel or Palestine? I can't really tell you because again, some of you get riled up, But here's the thing: I whatever happens in any country or something like that, it's okay to not give an opinion. You got these celebrities getting canceled because they're like pressured by their own fans to actually give an opinion like, are you for Palestinian? Are you for Israel? Huh? Tell us the truth. Or something like that. And they don't need to. They don't need to. People have the rights not to tell you, okay? There was this thing going on in my Discord chat, and I am tired of it, where like, this one individual just keeps spewing about like being pro-Palestinian, and I'm like, I don't care. Just stop bringing it up. Like, there's our news and stuff like that. We don't need to deal with that. Here's the thing. What really gets me is that in my channel, in my like, my platforms, and when I say my platform on Discord with my name, that I created, or here on YouTube as well, or Instagram, or whatever, like, where my fan base is actually based in, or something like that, or supporters or followers of the channel. Like, we don't need to bring this up. We don't, it's the wrong place to bring up the whole Hamas thing. Okay? The wrong place. And I say that because out of anything that you could have brought up, You decide to be freaking like a protester out of nowhere and protest against me as if I'm the one that's against Palestinian when you don't know my opinion. When I don't even know which side I'm on because I'm not paying attention to that. Because I don't need to deal with that. That's like, that's just and yes, there's many instances of just like that being brought up because news is everywhere, discussion is everywhere, people are talking about it everywhere. But in a few months, it's gonna be gone. It's just another thing that just happened. That is a big deal. It's unfortunate, and there's violence happening, and I wish there isn't. But what do you want from me? I asked that. What do you want from me? Okay? What is it that you need me? Oh, Vince, you're supposed to give $1 million. Shut up. I don't have that money. If I had $1 million, I'll be getting my own place and stuff like that. I'm just not successful at all. Look at my channel. Look at where I'm at. And you want me to support something that I have no idea what it is when you got this country, which, by the way, just Biden just out of nowhere. It still gets me with that news with Biden. Like, what is up with this president? Out of the blue. Just pull it out. Just pulled out of his pocket, out of his pants. $100 million. Where was that? And gave it to Israel. I'm like, what? Where do you even get that money? Where did the president get that money? Where? Like, I don't get it. Like, it just pull it out of his pocket. Just like, oh, hey, what's this in my pocket? $100 million. Looks like I'm going to give it to Israel, even though I have no idea, and I'm like 80 years old. Like it's like, come on, man. When are we going to get rid of this president? Like, what is up with these old presidents? Why do they have to be old? There was this discussion. I'm in political class. Even they were confused. My professors were confused. Like, yep, there's no retirement plan for them. And I'm like, how though? There was literally a president, or a politician that was 90 years old, and she passed away and got a lot of controversy of just like having a retirement. Like, there's a certain limit. Like, but then you got these 90s, like these centurions, as if they're like superhuman no, they're supposed to be retired. They're supposed to be home. They're not supposed to be outside in these streets, okay? Anyways, I don't know. I have a whole rant about it. The whole Hamas thing is over. I don't want to talk about much at all. Even though, like, I'm Christian and pretty much I should. But nah, over here I'm good. Because I don't want to start fights. I don't want to start fight with you. I have no idea where I'm at or anything like that. And you know what? It's going to stay that way. Because I don't need to know. I don't need to know. At least here on this platform where I'm talking and speaking to you. Okay? On this, because it could have been anywhere else better, but not in this channel, not this whole discussion. We are not going to start this, okay? And people are going to get mad, and I'm like, first off, you're getting mad at a YouTuber like me that has, like, what you want? Like, what do you want? You think you're going to get some freaking, like, big coverage being you're the best man or best woman of just like doing this, or just like thinking you're a hero? Like, yeah, I told that small YouTube creator that was actually homeless at one point, and then here he is struggling. Why me though? Like, and pretty much that is true. Was homeless and still struggling. But why do you gotta put that on me? It's just like you're beating me down when I'm already beat down. You know what I mean? It's like, it's insane. It's just like this whole ongoing thing. But it's like, what do you want from me? Anyways, that's just what I want to say. I had to get that out of my chest, because when people bring up the whole Palestinian thing and freaking write a whole entire novel in my chat, in my Discord, and here and there, it is annoying. And most of you will agree, because most of you were there in the Discord, that we're also annoyed. And I'm tired of it. Okay, we don't need that. This is a channel where it's literally me making blush content, reading boys kissing, girls kissing, and pretty much romance all around, playing games and having fun, living life. Why can't we do that? But you kids don't know that, okay? You're just too much busy sticking your nose in certain things where you don't need to stick your nose in. Anyways, moving on. Up to the news. Pretty much, for those that don't know, I did see the Boogie documentary, and I saw it. I pretty much was like really hesitating to cover this when it comes down to a review about it. I don't have much to really cover much because you have these other bigger channels that are pretty much have better points to talk about it other than me, that is not really organized at all to actually have different coverage. But it's actually a good enough amount to actually talk most of it when the discussion comes. The thing is that here's the thing about this podcast. The idea of me doing like, 3 minute or, 2 minute, talks, short talks about certain topics and stuff like that in this channel. That idea comes because a lot of times I always think like, yeah, that would actually get me a little bit more attention of talking about this. But am I qualified to ever talk about it? The same thing with the Hamas thing. Am I ever qualified? Am I qualified to talk about this thing while it's still happening? I'm gonna get a lot of ears and opinions, and I'm not sure what those opinions are, or what am I ready, or pretty much if they're obvious, where I don't want to hear it. So it's like, yeah, here I am with the Boogie documentary, and I do have opinions. But the thing is, like I said, these were like a few days ago, and for a good reason. And that's why I'm still happy to know that I still have this platform in here, and you're talking about it in the VinzTalk. Anyways, so pretty much the Boogie documentary itself is, what is it? It's like, this documentary is showing how sad this YouTuber named Boogie, the legend, the OG. If you don't know, you don't know. Hey, I don't blame you. You're probably like, 13 or 14 years old and you have no idea who Boogie is. You're probably like, who? Who, Papa Vince? Who is he? So, pretty much, I can never get the numbers right. It's always like Boogie 298786969. I just call him Boogie. And he's been kind of like a big thing when it comes down to like major, when it comes down to discussion right now at this moment of like where he is at life. And it doesn't seem like he's doing very good. It's financially, health-wise, and whatever it is, relationship-wise, gains a lot of controversy. Pretty much, that's pretty obvious because of what people say. Because let me tell you, when you date someone that's like 20 years younger your age, and I believe that Boogie is like 48 or something, like it will gain controversy. She could easily be your daughter, but she isn't. So of course she would gain that kind of controversy because, well, it makes sense. Because come on, what you're dating someone that's a little too younger, aka way younger. Anyways, and also he got into a fight when it comes down to such discussion with Mudahar from some ordinary gamers, and also Review Tech with discussion with that, which two of them are still cool. But yeah, a lot of people are discussing about this, even Moist Critical, like the biggest one, talking about it. And for me, the way I see it, it just, I understand that Boogie just, doesn't care at this point, and it's just basically, just in this like non-filtered thing. And I get that satisfaction that he doesn't have a filter. He doesn't need to actually look pretty or anything like that, or look good for the camera or whatever, whatever it is, and that's totally cool. But at the same time, there's some things you don't need to say, some things you don't need to share, but you just choose to share them. And it's like he's in this this weird place of like being hated, but also being appreciated that he's being hated, but also is happy that he's being hated. I don't freaking know. Thing is, what I do know is that documentary showed some dark stuff that we shouldn't care about Boogie, but he's not afraid to show it, and he's generally, very honest about it. He even talks about him just like not being alive anymore, or just not, being worth anything in life, especially spewing that to his girlfriend that is young and pretty much doesn't know what he's going through because, well, like she's 20. She doesn't know what's going on in that certain era. I wouldn't know, and I'm over here still in my 20s, and pretty much I'm still looking at Boogie like, even though that he is a big inspiration of a lot of what I do, like I just, yeah, there's some things where I'm just like, yeah, there's some sketchy stuff about this guy. I don't know if I like them for this. I don't inspire to be like him. But at the same time, it just shows just how dark and just how, hard YouTube is. How much YouTube can actually change, your life, but also either for better or for worse. Controversy could happen with the fame you have. and at the same time, you can't gain a lot of money because of it. And then you get to a certain age where you're not liable to actually get a job. That whole scene in the recruitment with Boogie is just like, wow, that is sad. And you over here just saying all that to the person that is trying to get you a job and you just don't want it. But you're saying like, yeah, I work in like, the adult industry or something like that, even though that's not appropriate for any kind of job at all when you work at the P word that I can't say. Or, and also like the we're just saying like, yeah, I'm fat, I have all these problems, something like that. Like at that point he doesn't want to be hired. And I don't know why he's there. And you have this person trying to help you. He had so many people trying to help him. Ain't doing nothing about it. And maybe there's some understanding to it, but there's also like, why though, Boogie? You don't need to live in this $1 million house. You can just live in like, a much more small apartment. I don't know. I look at this whole documentary, like there's so many instances of it where it just paints a bad picture to Boogie. And especially what he does with his money, with the whole adult thing, like, with the whole process, another word that I can't say in YouTube because, terms of service, and I'm not trying to get freaking strike here because YouTube be like, putting me on a target. But yeah, it's sad. Boogie having all this happen to him. And also for the person that actually made this documentary, Mike Bloom, I believe his name is, like was, down to actually see it all and show it all to the world. And there was like stuff where I'm just like, man, can this ever get any worse? And I just don't want to know if it does. But yeah, just if you're ever thinking of praying for Boogie, he needs more than one prayer, that's for sure. Or basically he's just not going to take it. And the end of the day of the documentary, I can't believe, I know, not to spoil it, but what kind of ending is that? What is the moral message? Yeah, just do drugs and you'll be okay. No, that's not how life works, Boogie. Man, what a sad... The documentary is just sad in all sorts, in all ways. Like, pretty much, thankfully, I'm lucky that I'm not in, like, mood or heart situation where Boogie's watching me talking about it. I don't know. He could be seeing me and seeing this video of me talking about it. If so, then, hey, Boogie, you're a big inspiration, but at the same time, get right with God. Anyways, yeah, just me telling me, Boogie, hey, you need Jesus, okay? Amen. But anyways, let's get into some gaming news, some lighthearted stuff. I had a whole thing set up for the whole, like, talking about the whole Boogie documentary, but I have no idea what just happened. I don't know what it is. But yeah, moving on, because that's where I'm just going to end it. GTA 6 has been announced, which is a game that I still to this day don't ever believe it's real, especially when I see it. Like, is it real? Is it not? But the thing is that I wanted this to happen. GTA 6 is pretty much a long awaited game. Like, where is it is what I've been trying to figure out for the longest time. That GTA 5, the last time I played that, like, and pretty much for those that, I just want to give an instance here. I never played GTA Online. Actually, I did. Yeah, previously. Like, yeah, during this year when I was at my brother's house, when I was babysitting, my nephew and my niece, that I was actually playing, GTA Online, just out of the blue. Just, and he found out because he had, like, the notifications on his phone of someone touching his PlayStation, and he found out it was me. And he was, like, cool about it, but I never thought he would find out at all when I, especially late at night. But, yeah, GTA 6 pretty much is coming out soon. Like, it's, and also, sorry, like, the whole GTA thing when it comes down to GTA 5 and online, it's been a while since I played that. Okay, for the first time in, like, in decades, I touched GTA pretty much, it's not GTA 5, but it is a GTA game. Yeah, even with the whole emulation stuff, I have never really touched GTA because there's this other games that are like, yo, we don't need GTA, we can have other games. And that doesn't mean that GTA is not good at all or anything like that. It's the best. But it's just that I'm always the person, I'm one of those people where I support other gamers. I always want to see something new. I always want to see something like, that is an alternative of something that they're like based on or what they're inspired to be. GTA being one of them, Skyrim being one of them, freaking Mario Kart being one of them. You know what I mean? Like always checking out these other games, these indie games, and I'm just like, yep, this could be the new thing. This could be it right here. Who knows? The new Stardew Valley, the new Celeste, the new freaking Elden Ring, could be this. But GTA is something interesting because I'm kind of like curious of where this is gonna go. It's gonna go back to the Los Santos. It's gonna go back to what happened within GTA 4 with Nico Bellic. Like, man, those were the times, man. Those were the times. And I've been curious to see what's happened next for the series, but almost anything can happen, really. Other than that, God, I'm very congested. Sometimes when I talk for this long, or when I'm out in the cold, aka my living room, I get kind of congested a bit here and there, but it doesn't stop me from actually talking about this news being the new Zelda movie coming soon. And I'm just like, when I first heard about it, first off, I was hype. I was like, yes. But then I was like really thinking about it, right? I was really thinking about it because it was another thing. You know how I came by at it? When I was actually scrolling on my subscriptions through YouTube, I was, saw this. I saw the thumbnail. And then I strode away, saw another video. And then after that video, I saw the thumbnail. I was like, oh my God, Zelda? Wait, there's a new Zelda movie? There's going to be a Zelda movie? So, yeah, that's basically my reaction. And then I was like, wait a minute, how can I not? I saw this and why did I not freak out? I feel like they could have revealed it during a direct. That could have been the sickest way to reveal that, hey guys, we are making a Zelda movie. Like, that could have been it. That could have been something special there. But they didn't. So they just they just tweeted it nonchalantly. Like, hey guys, we're just making, by the way, we're making a Zelda movie. I don't know what they freaking said over there in X/Twitter. But yeah, we're going to make a live action movie. And here's the thing. Here's why I'm hype about it. I saw the One Piece live action, and my God, it has to be this year's best, to me, Netflix series ever. I loved it. Maybe because I love One Piece, but man, did I love that. I love the One Piece live action because there's so many ideas. Also, by the way, Tony Chopper has been announced for One Piece. It's going to be CGI or something like that. At least that's what I heard. I just had to put that out there already. It's supposed to be saved for the animation news, but I haven't heard anything from who's going to be Robin, who's going to be Frankie. Man, I'm not ready to seek that. If so, then I have to make a second VinzTalk for this weekend. But man, for the new Zelda movie, a live action. I keep thinking the person that should play Link, and this is sort of something just even before it was ever announced or there was any of the idea of it, I just been wanting to see this. That guy that played Helmeppo on One Piece live action. Yes, I'm pointing to the live piece one action. I guarantee you they're going to, the movie itself is going to be just better if it did mention any kind of source or grab any source from the live action One Piece Netflix series. But the guy that played Helmeppo in One Piece, in the One Piece live action, should definitely be Link. If you know, you know. I don't know the person's name at the moment, but man, he just seems like he would definitely be perfect for Link. Doesn't have a softer face to really fit the role, though he is kind of handsome, if I do say so. He's defined. They showed almost him not wearing clothes in the One Piece live action. I remember that scene where he was like naked all the way down, but you couldn't see the bottom side. If yeah. But I wasn't ready for that. I was like, oh God, okay, One Piece, okay, you're playing this game, all right. This is just straight up fan service. But man, he should definitely be Link. I really want to see him play as Link in this one or whatever. They say the guy, what's his name? Wow, I forget. The guy that played Uncharted and also the Spider-Man movie. Man, I can't think of it at the moment. But people say like he should be in like played as Link when I'm like, no, no, I don't really see that at all. But man, I'm looking forward to this. Here's the thing: there's been some negative, like kind of like worries and opinions surrounding this film that hasn't even started yet, that hasn't even announced most of the material yet, and maybe there's some like worry of like that it's going to be bad, which I hope it's not. But from the previous gaming and some live action stuff that I've been seeing, I'm somewhat confident, okay? Even though, yeah, I do expect it, like in some cases, to not really be perfect at all, it's still better than it being terrible, which I hope it's not because, well, this is Zelda. If there's any source of Zelda that I've been wanting, and mind you, I am not a Zelda fan, okay? I tried playing Breath of the Wild. I'm good. I'm good. It's too big. I can't play it. I can't do it. I just can't. And some of you are like, what? Here's the thing. I would be playing it if I did play it at the time when it was a release or during COVID. I would definitely play it. And I wish I did. But the thing is that, nah, I'm good. I just don't have the time to actually have that beast of a game to play. Like, it's just way too big. I just had to get rid of it. I just can't do it. I can't. Especially with Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know where that's it. I don't know where that is in terms of me ever playing that game. Like, I don't know. But yeah, pretty much I'm just sticking to, like, whatever comes out from Zelda, it better be a movie. And here it is. It is coming and I'm excited. Anyways, moving on. I heard some Sony Bungie layoffs been happening. Something about a live service game or something. Dude, with all these layoffs, like, it's just sad. It's sad day to be like a QA tester or just like software engineer or something that involves in Silicon Valley. Like all these positions within, especially in the gaming sector, it's not doing good. A lot of layoffs. Some gaming kind of news or whatever it is, or like gaming sectors in certain other areas, there's been a lot of layoffs. And you really see that true, especially during this time in the economy. Like, it's just setting back, pretty much, it's setting back way, farther and farther, away from what it was. And it is expected for many things, but you just see the ratification of just all this. And it's like, what is even happening anymore? With the amounts of people that are getting laid off and the amounts of people that don't have jobs anymore, the amounts of people that are homeless, and you kind of worry about, especially the people that are credited as especially with Bungie or Sony. And I don't know any of these people. I don't know anyone that is a composer of any of the games that they produce, but there are some legends that I guess, according to some people that actually did pay that I listened to, that were like big deals. And pretty much were there for a long time, and just out of nowhere, they had to be laid off. And it really shows that ratification of like what is happening within the tech, space in this current age in America. I don't know. Or anywhere else, of course. There could be layoffs over there in Poland with like the people that made Cyberpunk, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, Cyber Project Reds, you know what I mean? The people, I can't even name at the moment. Then again, I didn't even play Cyberpunk. So who am I? Even though that was a cool Netflix series that they made. But still, yeah, this is just still going on. And it's like, I hope that there is some recovery to all of this or some saving grace, but we don't know. Anyways, moving on, pretty much I heard this is something I just want to bring to the table. Something within the gaming news. And it's about, I guess it's sort of related to my last topic when it comes down to layoffs, or what comes down just inflation and how it really changes the ratification of just like what content or anything that you produce. And this channel called Jesse Cox, which is a channel that I've been kind of like watching for the longest time, especially during the days of when TV was around. For those that don't know, Total Biscuit was one of the channels that has really inspired me to ever make any gaming content, especially during the time when I did actually was doing gaming content and I stopped like later on to do other things like webtoon right now. Um, it's pretty much like he's been one of my favorite channels to watch, especially when with with him, Dodger, and all of them around. But right now, as he gets older, for this channel, like he does like this segment in his channel called 5 Minute Gaming News or 5 minute, yeah, 5 minute gaming news, and has to stop it because it doesn't recommend for some YouTubers. The thing is that it's hard for me to really understand this, even as a YouTuber. I can understand a little bit of it, but the half of me, I wish I really don't know, because the thing is that I don't get paid. Excuse me. I don't get paid in YouTube. I don't gain any money. I don't know anything when it comes down to the what is it? The algorithm. Like, I don't know anything about that, but I have some YouTube friends that actually does really care about that kind of stuff. And for me, I don't know much about it to ever really know like how to really get your videos out there. Because the thing is that I don't rely on YouTube when it comes down for me financially. I have my job, I have my other stuff that I can actually deal with when it comes down to ever, getting, anywhere in life, or just like, paying the bills or something like that. But when it comes down to YouTube, I'd never rely on that source of income at all, or source for income, because at any rate, I never, YouTube could easily just be gone, or just like, it's easy to be away from YouTube. The amount of times I've been copyright strike so easily, like it just really shows me that. And in this situation within Jesse, that his channel not getting the recommendation he has, and where he lives at the moment, like the amount of stuff that he does, it's like it's sad that he has to quit a series that is it does very well, but it doesn't do much good enough. And I think that's what it is. The same thing with the Bungie layoffs, the Sony layoffs, or something like that, for people working in the video game tech. Like, when some things are not good enough, the thing is that that's still a consequence for, like, whether you get laid off or not, or whether like you have to change some things that you probably don't like. And man, Jesse has to go through that. And I hope I don't go through that. I pretty much make a good amount of like what I made in this channel when it comes down to, my Let's Reads and my, VinzTalk. There's times where I want to change it. There's times where I want to actually up and up, really, try to get my bearings much better when it comes down to making better content and doing bigger things. But the thing is that I don't really seek myself to ever do that at all. Especially with that, when I was traveling, I was planning to actually do a video for that, but I just didn't. I just was like, what am I supposed to actually put out there? This is a personal thing that I wanted to do, just to get out of the country for a bit and just take a break. And that's what I did. And, when I came back, I just like, I don't feel like nothing much has changed. Just the same old thing just came out when, like, literally, when I was out there during my vacation, I felt like I was out of the adventure. There was instances where I literally almost died, but here I am still, and I'm back to my normal life. And you really think about it, it is a sad, to me, it's a sad cycle when I actually go through that. Especially when I really think about it, like I was really out there. But now I'm back here and back in my home, all cuddled up and freaking isolated and, introverted, but still have a sort of change of mind itself, even though that doesn't do much for me because, well, I'm still, when you're in a certain country, you have to play by their rules, When in Rome, you have to, pretty much, here I am in America dealing with my usual American things, or just like dealing whatever with this country has, like, pretty much has given. So you have to work hard to actually ever get out there. I don't know if that's the message of this video. I don't freaking know. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Also, I guess we'll get into some, you know what? Let me give you some bonuses here. Some animation news that is like extra. I believe that in someone's channel, when they were doing boyfriends, they actually did something for like with some of the webtoon creators over there. I feel like I could have been part of that, but I didn't. And also Glitch did something, the creators of like Murder Droids and also My Amazing Digital Circus, and you have some creators for like Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. They did something for like a 5 or 4 hour live stream, and also with a YouTuber that is pretty well known out there named Saberspark that actually was hosting the thing. But other than that, yeah, that's just it. That's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Peace in the Middle East and one love.